episodes.
Okay.
It was 5 episodes, about 12 hours of tape, and I've been busy editing. What else can I say about that? It's,
On Final Cut.
Now I'm using Adobe Pro Premiere. Now.
Okay.
I'm doing it at home.
All
Very
right.
similar. Very similar.
Uh-huh. Do you like it as well? Better?
I do.
It's about
It
the
was
same?
so similar that I did the learning curve that I learned here at
Uh-huh.
URTV came so natural because they're such similar programs, and I could get right into Adobe Premiere
Uh-huh.
without much problem at all. Now I did have some good help, which was a good thing. Alex Bowser, where are you? Thank you for your help, buddy.
I was gonna say, who was your helper?
It was Alex.
Alex. I know we don't see Alex around here
No.
anymore. Oh,
And I'm not really sure where he is.
I don't neither.
I've tried to
but
call him a couple times here recently.
I miss Alex being around.
Yeah, he's
He was a fine fellow.
he was a flower
A flower.
in a patch of weeds. Yeah, we do miss Alex. That was back in the rough and tumble startup days anyway.
It was right at the beginning, wasn't it? He
Yeah,
was one of the early
pretty
ones
much.
on. Well, should I let you eat your pie and would you like to pass your
Well, 30-second.
only 30 seconds?
Yeah, just a 30-second promo.
Oh, okay. All right. Does it have audio on it?
Yes,
Yeah, so I should bring up the audio.
just music.
When will this air on your TV?
October
Great.
sometime.
That's what I was going to ask. Good.
I don't know when in October. October we don't have the days.
Uh-huh.
That's all to be determined when that's going to happen.
All right. Well, that was good that you asked that because I was going to ask that and I forgot.
It was good.
Let's see. Oh, no, I have to do this change here. Let's see, I'll do this and that'll.
We just got cable yesterday, and watching your TV is just the most fun
Oh.
ever. At home.
Oh.
We don't have to go
You got- yeah,
Oh,
that's-
my. There it is. Oh.
Oh, it's supposed to knock on the wall.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll put it on there. I can put it on the wall if you want it on the
No,
wall.
she was supposed to look at it.
Now, what kind of bug is that? What is that bug called?
That was a Dobson fly.
Dobson fly?
Did you see it?
That was disgusting.
You know, I told you I had friends that walked that trail. From started up here and went all the way down to Kitty Hawk.
Long walk.
It's a long walk.
It is long. It's not earlier.
And some of them actually made it all the way. And there you are. At the other end.
That's right.
All right. That's it. Well, that's
All there
that.
is to it.
All right. All right.
Didn't even finish my pie.
No. You want me to run it again?
Oh, she saw it.
Who? Oh,
Oh.
You just wanted her to see that bug, didn't you? There's your bug, Jen.
There's your bug again.
It's kind of pretty now close up.
That's
Now.
Jen's bug.
She said it was.
That very familiar. There was that picture taken right outside here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan showed that sucker to me.
She said it was 7 inches long.
I saw him. Big fella. Big fella. Very scary looking, but all he did was ever just sit there.
The
Klingman's Dome.
one of the guys I interviewed on the first show.
I'll bring the volume down on it so we'll just hear us now.
One of the men that I interviewed on the first show that it was sort of a opener. We were talking about the series coming up.
Mm-hmm.
He's 82 years old, Alan D. Hart. He's a founder of the Friends of the Mountains to Sea, which is an organization that now tries to spearhead all operations of the Mountains of the Sea Trail.
Uh-huh.
Although it is under the Department of Parks and
Parks.
Recreation, they're the ones that get everything going. And so I spent a lot of time with them. And
There's another teapot. Hand me that teapot.
Alan D. Hart was the founder. Good Lord, is that your cup?
No, the next biggest one. I'm sorry. Alan D. Hart.
He is also an author. He's done several guidebooks all over the place, from Virginia and all kinds of North Carolina, South Carolina, trails everywhere. He hiked it. It was one of the first when their initial development, trying to get the Mountains of the Sea Trail going, because it sort of went into a stall there back in the early '80s. He hiked the trail. Him and another guy who was 72 years old when he did it. Took him 2 months and 11 days.
Goodness.
They walked the whole way, and your friend, and I also talked to another guy that hiked it in 66 days. I missed talking to 2 women that had hiked it and gone on through. But your friend lives up here?
Well, he lives down in Kitty Hawk, Duck specifically,
Okay.
and but he has a seafood company in Kitty Hawk, and he comes up to Asheville every Wednesday, and he sells fish, fresh fish. He goes Tuesday down to the docks, and he meets the boats and stuff, and he brings in the fish, and he knows what's fresh and all. A lot of it's still flopping.
What's his name?
Camper Dave. Down at the beach they call him Fishmonger Dave, but up here he's Camper Dave, and he moved up here years ago, and he just camped out for a long time. So he's been on a lot of these same trails that we talk about sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I was so impressed with, that your first shows that you did, not only did you find good trails and stuff, which honestly mostly just locals know about, but some of my favorite spots were on there, and
really?
you know, it's like, okay, I used to live in Miami too, right? And I used to, long ago, I wouldn't watch Miami Vice because I thought, you know, that was some kind of a dumb show I didn't want to see. Was Miami Vice? It was a big deal at one time, and everybody
That was
wanted
when
to.
you were living they were doing it while you were living
No,
in
it was
Miami?
after I had left Miami. And then one time I watched one episode. And then after that I watched every episode.
Because you saw locations.
Because I saw so many, I've been there, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And that's how it was when I was watching your show. It was like, you know, because I know those spots. And those were some special spots, you know. And I would, oh man, we used to camp there and stuff like that, you know. And so I was hooked.
Doris
Right
actually
off the bat.
lived in Miami when they were filming Miami Vice. And
Where did you live?
I went to the University of Miami. So I lived in Coral Gables.
Coral Gables, okay, down south of the Grove. And see, I lived in Coconut Grove when
I love the Grove.
Did you hang out in Peacock Park?
I did.
I did too. Did you ever eat in Lums across the street from Peacock Park? Lums. There was a Lums. Maybe it was closed by that time. How about Cazzoli's Pizza? Did you ever eat it? No, not at Cazzoli's Pizza. Did you ever go to the Dade Cycle building? Do you know where that was?
The Dade Cycle.
How about was let me see, because you were there after I left. See, I left in 1980.
I was there 84, 85, 86.
See, I moved out the last time. I said my last goodbye to Miami in 1980. And in the beginning, it was either like 79 or 80. One of the houses on the street where I lived put bars up on their windows.
Yeah, and then everybody had them.
And bars on the doors. And the rest of us on the street, we kind of laughed at that, you know, that like, look at them, how paranoid they are. Well, let me tell you, by the end of that year, every house on the street, and we were the last ones, had bars on the doors and the windows. Every house.
Everybody in Miami's locked themselves in prison.
In one year, that happened to our whole street, and it started out. We laughed when the first one did it, and by the end of that year, every house did it. So I think that.
So it wasn't too rough to move out of Miami then, you're saying?
I didn't have a hard time with it.
No, I said a fond farewell to Miami, and I was gone. I had some good times in Miami. You know, I
Been
lived
back
in.
since?
Hmm?
Ever been back since?
I don't think so. Not since 1980. I don't think. Maybe. I may have been through, but I mean, it would just be through. You know, something like that.
You probably wouldn't even recognize the place. The last time I went back, I couldn't find my way around anymore. Everything had changed. It was just
Mm-hmm.
the street where my grandmother lived. They had split it up into like 3 different streets. It used to be one street, and now it was 3 streets. Yeah, and the properties were divided really oddly. So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell which one, was her house anymore, or where her house was.
Yeah.
It was like this was the property, and now there were like 20 houses on it.
And what street?
Amazing thing.
That was in Coral Gables.
That was in Hialeah.
And okay, I lived in Hialeah.
Okay.
At one point, I lived. Okay, you know where the racetrack is?
Yeah. My grandmother lived right near there.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you were there, did they have on the back side of the racetrack? Did they have I don't know, was it a gas station that had a great big guy?
I'm very geographically challenged. You should
Okay,
know
well,
this.
there was
I
a
get around by getting lost.
there was a
and-
gas station with a great big
yeah.
giant guy holding a tire, I think, in front of it. No,
Don't
okay.
remember that.
As a child, you would have remembered it if you'd seen it.
It's possible, but I tend to notice strange things that other people. You ask him. I mean, my sister's the same way. If we come out of a building, we'll always turn the wrong way. It doesn't matter where we are.
No, I'm serious. I was with having dinner or lunch somewhere with her sister and brother-in-law. This was some years ago, and she and her sister just walk out and start walking completely the wrong direction to go to the car.
And we would have continued.
And I and her brother-in-law just kind of look at each other and both kind of like, kind of nod our head. We both had this little moment where, yeah.
It's in our genes.
You should just follow. You should just follow them.
We would have
See?
gone for miles and never given it a thought. It's true.
You'd better start
I
dropping
get
bread,
lost a
girl. You
lot.
better start dropping bread crumbs, or carry a ball of twine with you or something.
A handheld GPS might help you.
I get lost in my own neighborhood. I mean, how sad is that? But if I take a walk, I'll just look around and say, well, I got recognized
Well, if you have a
around out here.
handheld GPS, you can do the track back on it, and it'll tell you which way you just came from. You can just follow the little squiggly line.
There
But
you
see, I found some really great things by getting lost.
You will.
You can't do that if you plan
That's
your
right.
life around like always knowing where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. How do you switch cameras?
Oh, I have a button.
And you just periodically.
This button right here. Now look at the TV.
Dun,
Bing.
dun.
There it is.
There.
See how it switched?
Yeah. So you just periodically will do that when a
Mm-hmm.
mood
There.
hits.
See, but I've had it on the one that it was on because you see the shot we have now.
Mm-hmm.
We can't see Matt.
Right.
And Matt gets really sad. He starts out okay for a little while, and then after about 10 minutes of that and stuff, he starts getting all frowny and wrinkly browed. You know what I mean? And then you put it back over. Then you do more like that, and then he starts getting happy again. Now Now you tell me, am I lying?
Oh no, absolutely not.
So that's the reason I was leaving it on this camera so long. That's not your camera.
No,
You can give him a mirror
Your
and
shot
entertain
is
him
more
for
like
hours.
this
I'm
one.
not
See,
that bad.
Oh, yeah,
that's
you
more
are.
your face
Yeah.
in the shot.
Right.
And
Can
that's,
you zoom?
I can zoom. Look
You
at this.
Do
I'll-
that remotely.
Look, I'm gonna zoom. I can zoom back. Oh, and zoom in.
Right.
See,
And those
but
are
we lose
Those
you.
are URTV's
See?
new little.
See now that's a good shot, right? See, that's got everybody needs to be seen in it.
Hey. Almost.
You know what? I'm gonna actually get up and leave
I'm
for
just
just
giving.
1 minute.
I'm
I
just.
just-
He's gonna come
don't-
back and
don't
find
take
I'm
it.
gonna come back. I'm gonna.
Please don't take offense. I was only just.
I know,
Oh, no,
but no,
he's
actually,
not
just the mini
taking it.
camera reminded me of something I wanted to talk to Jonathan about real
Okay,
quick.
so
I'll leave and
I can zoom this. I can zoom
I'll
this
let
one.
everybody else
You
do
can-
their thing. I'll
you
be
can
right
hide
back.
me when
Those
you
are the
come
new
back.
That's right. You can move in.
Yes.
Yeah, move in tight. Move in
HD
closer.
cameras for URTV here, I guess.
These are the HDs up on the wall. Those are the HDs. I'm not running them in HD mode because we're not going out in
Right.
HD, you know.
Right.
But those are the cameras. As you see, they're small.
That's what I'm using, a Sony HD camera myself. I went
You like
ahead and
it?
got one. I do. It's the HVR A1U. It's
Is it a 3-chip?
no, it's just one chip.
Okay. These are 1-chip.
Yes. Well, the only thing I don't like it. Well, there's a couple things I don't like about it. I did a lot of research on it, but it's a bottom. The feed, the tape feed is on the bottom. So if you have your tripod mount on it, you have to unscrew that little mount.
That's how my little camera is.
And that's ridiculous. And I'm
Just
not
to
too
open up
pleased
from-
with the
It opens from the bottom.
yeah. Not too pleased with the wooded shots in green woods.
Greens don't look good?
No, I think overpower everything gets kind of greenish,
Oh.
and I don't know what it is about it. It's Sony's kind of introductory model for it's semi-professional. In other words, it's got the XLR jacks and XLR, and then it came with the shotgun mic and similar to what.
Well, for what you were doing, it would be hard for you to check one of these cameras out. They wouldn't let you have a camera. You'd have
No,
to,
I couldn't.
You'd
do
have to
that.
drive back up here every other
Oh,
day.
I couldn't have done the show without a new camera.
Yeah,
I mean,
you had to buy one.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much had to. And it's fairly light too. It's probably not as. Well, I know it's not quite as light as these, but along with my tripod, the whole thing is 8 pounds.
That's easy enough to carry.
And carrying, I did my second show was a backpacking trip up to a new area. A lot of people haven't been to Bald Knob, north of Marion, on the way in toward Linville Gorge, and it's a brand new section of trail opened up, and was the most strenuous part of the whole trail, 950 miles. It's so we backpacked in there, and it wasn't too bad carrying it.
Now, how many went? You and one other person? Two other people?
2 other friends of mine, yeah. So that's the second show. As a matter of fact, the third show will be Hanging Rocks and Pilot Mountain. The fourth show is in the urban areas of Greensboro and Raleigh, Falls Lake and the reservoir systems in Greensboro, where they're utilizing existing trails and creating some, but and different governmental organizations. And the last section will be down at the coast, where I was glad to get to finally, for sure.
I bet you didn't go fishing while you were there, did you?
I didn't fish a lick.
Well, you should have.
Well, it was not that great a time.
They've been bringing some good fish up.
We got a lot of shrimp. Now we buying shrimp for $1.50 a pound. So
Yeah.
we brought a bunch of shrimp back. That's for sure.
That was good.
Shrimp.
I used to shrimp when I was in Miami.
Did
to
you?
catch my own?
Oh, off the bridges, or yeah, or,
Well, or a boat.
in a
you know,
boat.
whatever.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. Did you have a small boat or a big
Lobsters,
boat or
too.
what?
Good lobster catching. Yeah.
On a big boat
I
or a
never
small?
had a boat.
I mean, what did
I
you
had
go?
friends that,
Oh.
you know, whatever anybody was going.
Did y'all go out from? Did you know the shrimpers down in Coconut Grove that went out from down there? Okay.
Not personally.
There was a rough group. There was a rough bunch of guys that ran some shrimp boats out of Coconut Grove. And when I first moved into the Grove back in the '60s, there was a little bar down right by the water, and it's where it was sort of the shrimpers bar, and it was just a concrete block building, just about a cube, and there was like every night there was breaking beer bottles, and there was fighting every when you walk by you would just hear it all the time.
Oh, you're just walking by.
I'm just walking
Yeah.
by. I
I
heard,
used to
yeah.
go to a bar like that in West
It's
Palm
about to get
Beach.
really crowded in
Just
here.
I don't
walking
know.
by.
This place had no name. Nobody
Oh.
knew what it was called.
I don't know that this one had a name either. I just always knew it was the Shrimpers Bar.
No sign. If you didn't know what it was, you didn't go there. But
Uh-huh.
it was always, everybody on a motorcycle seemed to find it somehow. And a lot of the locals knew about it. But we used to call it the Toothless Bar because everybody there.
And at least one knocked out, didn't they?
If you had just one knocked out, that
You're-
was.
Well, then everybody there had at least
John,
one
your
too,
guest
and
spots,
that's what you
special tea.
really mean.
Special tea.
Okay, specialty, come in. Come in.
Some Mad Hatter
Hello,
tea.
ladies.
Is this Mad Hatter
This
tea?
is Mad Hatter tea.
Oh, look at that.
That's beautiful.
Looks like it was scraped up off of the floor of the forest, doesn't
Okay,
it?
smell it.
Oh. Oh, but it smells more like it came out of a boutique or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it smells good.
Well, come on in.
Do you know what's in
You
it?
brought a friend with you.
Yeah, I did.
Let me see. I'll have to.
Oh, here, you wanna sit over there?
Smells very exotic.
Okay, come on in.
Ooh, wow.
Some of you may or may not be in a good camera shot.
Hey.
And
Is that the trailblazer guy?
Trailers, floors.
It's getting crowded.
Cool.
let's see.
I have been
like
blazing.
You want a chair?
Would you like my chair? I took your chair.
I think we
so
get
it's
more
only
people
for
in the
our
shot
You know what?
this way right now.
I've been on the tea party more than anybody else that I see sitting here, with the possible exception of Devine.
Yeah.
And I will be gentlemanly and sacrifice the idea of having a seat for a lady. And if I
There's
sit there, then I'll be
fire.
blocking the camera angle. So.
No, not actually. You just try it. Sit in there. I think you won't.
I love the psychedelic.
Do you like
I
the
know,
patterns?
really.
Do you like our new wallpaper?
It's fabulous.
Okay.
There's a lot of action.
Action
going on. And that's what the people like. Action.
Okay. See, now both of them just aren't in the shot. Now I'll switch cameras and we'll see if we see any of them. Not a lot. You see, both cameras avoid Matt.
No,
Look
it's
at
okay.
that.
I'll live with it.
Yeah.
I can
At
handle
least
it.
you get to sit. You're allowed to sit.
You want some tea? Come on,
Okay.
Jen.
Now, do you,
Yeah, I brought my other cup.
let's,
Do you want to use your cup?
here, would you like some robe?
Yes, robe.
Some
That's what she
robe?
was telling me
Here's a
about
little
the table.
robe.
Like,
But can I save some for?
your
I
guest?
just got a whole bunch of guests.
I know, and this is, you want
Now,
to?
if you look over, if you look in those
I'll be
boxes,
right back. Again.
that you'll find
there
some
glasses? Oh,
some
good,
teacups
good,
and
good.
some saucers and things in some boxes over there. And
And there's some plates in the bag, like right under the chair.
oh, the pie is good.
Yeah, you have to have some pie.
Oh, you should.
That crust looks especially good.
It is.
I have nothing to do with it, which is why it turned out so well. Minnie down
Oh, she has
at,
plates for the
picnic.
pie. She has paper plates here.
Oh, she does.
That's all right.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Do you have little utensils?
Uh-huh.
And
And
so
she-
why did
Right.
they stop and get dessert downtown?
They're down, they're right here. The
Okay,
forks and
right.
knives, whatever.
Right in front of me.
All right.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I will go to the other
Have some
camera.
pie. Did you bring the pie?
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
At picnic,
Wow,
my
what
friend
was that
Minnie
noise?
bakes the
Oh.
pies there.
Oh, really?
She's in her
That
80s.
black thing on the table there is a microphone.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, and we don't want to bang caps against it.
Sorry, John.
Well,
It
Why,
picks
will
up
somebody jump?
everything.
Tea party sound
it makes
effect.
me. It just puts a little pop in my headphones. It makes me cross-eyed for about a second. the wallpaper is looking particularly good today.
Looks great. Okay, my dear. You can take that your own.
No, I'm fine.
You're good?
Thank you.
Now, you know the sign of a good pie is when the crust
Crust is flaky.
is not soggy, and this is perfect.
When the crust is crisp, even on the bottom, I know, and layered,
And flaky.
flaky, exactly, like little flaky.
I'm so
layers.
glad you like the
The
pie.
the pie is very good.
Peach
Yes.
is one of my favorites as far as pie goes.
You can't beat a peach pie, can you?
Well, strawberry rhubarb comes close.
Oh,
Does
I
it-
agree. I like
You
strawberry
gather a
rhubarb.
lot of rhubarb when you're out there
And there's,
trail.
there- and
I
there's,
don't gather
there's
any
more tea. I
rhubarb
think
out
there's
there,
some
but
in that.
A
in
lot
that,
of other things, that's for sure.
I'll go. As a
You
matter of
get
fact,
it?
I'll go make some more water.
You do?
Yeah, because I haven't tried any of the Mad
Well,
Hatter
of course,
tea.
it's all.
Of the what?
you know,
I haven't
it's-
tried any of the Mad Hatter.
This
tea.
is Mad Hatter.
wrote-
Right, I haven't tried any of it.
You grow it?
I better not say that. I've seen it grow.
I've seen it grown. You can't eat it raw. That's
You
for
don't
sure.
ever tell anybody where you.
Rhubarb. Rhubarb? Here, you can listen to the headphones while I go get more water for the
Well,
tea.
we had the ginseng dude on, and he was complaining that the old natives had been out there stealing ginseng off of the
Oh, yeah,
patch.
yeah.
And
Bad.
you know, in these areas where they've been doing it for 200 years, so you know, I don't think that's going to be stopping anytime
No.
soon.
That's right,
It's a lost cause trying to stop that.
that's right. Davy Crockett, I do believe. It was Davy Crockett or Danny Benson. cannot remember which one, but even those cats exported tens of thousands of pounds a year
Back then?
back then.
Of what?
Ginseng.
Ginseng.
Wow.
So it's
So that
a
was
wonder
probably a
there's any
full-time,
left at
that's
all.
a full-time job.
It is.
Does ginseng grow wild though?
Yes.
This is like a
American ginseng.
haven for ginseng.
I imagine that a lot of people go and dig it up.
It's
Is
a
that
big
a problem?
tradition. It's a big
Yeah?
tradition. Yeah, a lot of people make a living off it. We'll
You
get
know,
some
thinking
good
about
money
physical properties and shit.
going and
Is it protected in any way? Or is it-
It's under, it's regulated, you know, as far as what time of the year to get it and everything. If it's on, federal, parkland, you're supposed to have a permit. Not park, but, national forest.
I
It's
thought they
prohibited
weren't
in
supposed to
park.
take anything from.
Yeah,
The
I think a
national
lot of
forest.
people
National
do.
forest, you can't, you
Yeah.
get permits to get a rock if you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Or,
very cool.
or several rocks. But,
so who are y'all?
I'm Lisa. They call
Lisa.
me Glow Lady. I'm going to be doing a show on URTV.
Oh, you're great.
Tell us about your
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
It's going to be revealing the truth of the matter. It's called Revelations, and it's all different topics. Revealing astrology, numerology, addictions, prostitution, farmers, health food, all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, great.
Yeah, sure to be controversial.
Well, controversy gets viewers, doesn't it?
It does. Is this a series? I'm sure it is.
Yes, it's going to be once a week. It's going to be live. I'm not quite sure what day it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to
Great.
be having Donna Tool. She's going to be my tool girl.
Ah.
She's going to be coming out with her glue gun and her stapler, and then I have Brenda Baynard. She's going to be advising on the health, giving the health tips every week. And I have Cosmic Kim. She's going to be giving the astrology. And then I have Beth Sheba.
Do wish candles, astrology, few other metaphysical.
Oh, you're gonna be on, you're on the show then?
And she's going to come on also,
As a regular.
assistance in
got it.
production.
Now, what exactly am I doing again?
You're reproducing them back to where I can
Impact.
upload
do you know what
them
day it's going
to.
to be?
I don't know yet. That's still.
Well, live
YouTube
shows,
and
you certainly don't have to edit,
So
do
I'm
you?
making them a.
No,
Impact.
we're just
Yeah,
gonna,
I'm
you know,
making
this will be the
file.
first. I mean, I've been a guest on some other shows down
Whichever
in Charlotte, so this
you
is
need
gonna
to
be the
do,
first
and
that I've done.
Will that
produce
go
my own
like
show, so I'm
onto
really
another
looking forward
DVD
to
and
it.
I can just
Right.
like
Yeah,
load the
I'll put
file
them
up?
back up on another DVD.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
either they're gonna like me or they
And-
aren't.
When can you do it?
Well,
I already like
hoping
it.
Yeah,
You've got
yeah,
bodies.
Oh, no,
It'll be a
yeah,
good
yeah, no, I
Stuff
meant
every
the
while.
audience
Oh,
out
that'd be
there.
great.
You know, people
I
either
think
like me or
and-
don't, but
and
it's like I'm
I'm
not
gonna
out to win
pay you,
any
so just
popularity
give me a little
contests, so.
invoice and I'll send you a check, okay?
Yeah, that's
Well,
a good thing.
If you got a
Yeah,
crew?
it's worth it.
I'm working on it.
Really?
Well, all right, I
Yeah,
hope to
I'm
do it
working on
tonight,
it.
but
I'm
I'll definitely
looking
do
for
it
more.
before
I'm looking for more.
Let's go.
And
Give
they're gonna be
me
treasured, authenticated treasures.
If one of your kids do it,
Will you
give me
do
an
it,
invoice and I can pay them.
here in this studio?
I wanna do it over an A.
I'll definitely do
I
it
wanna
before I
do
go
it
on
over an A.
vacation.
Yeah.
If
But I hope
I
to
don't
do it tonight
have,
and
then
back
yes,
there
I will
tomorrow.
do it
Okay,
here.
that'll be good.
But I
Can you
have
just
send me
one
wallpaper?
so far.
I love that.
Can you send me an
Confirmed
email?
so far.
Yeah.
So I need more.
Letting you know when they're
And you sent me an email
But I'm
before when
looking
you did
forward
that
to
mass
it.
mailing
That'll
about
be
your
fun.
your
Yeah, it's
award
gonna
that
be
you got. So you
educational
got my email.
and
at
entertaining.
DixieGirls@gmail.
All right.
I hope that's
Very
not
good.
my fault.
It's not mine, I do mine